Have you ever imagined what would happen if humanity began excavating the Earth using modern technology? Just how deep would we be able to dig? What lies at the very bottom of the Earth? Imagine that scientists possessed technology advanced enough to allow them to dig a tunnel straight down from the surface, say from India or Bangladesh, one so deep that it would pierce right through the Earth and emerge on the other side. You would be surprised to learn that such a tunnel would run straight from Mexico all the way to Argentina. The total distance covered would be approximately 12,740 kilometers. At some point, this very question has surely crossed all our minds. With the aid of modern technology, we have managed to reach Mars, a planet situated roughly 55 million kilometers away from Earth. Yet, why have we failed to dig a mere 12,740 kilometers beneath the Earth's surface? Is there something deep within the Earth that is capable of destroying even the most massive and powerful drilling machines? Why have scientists met with failure despite numerous attempts? In today's video, you will discover just how deep scientists have actually managed to dig using modern technology. Welcome back to another brand new episode of the Deep Mystery Channel. To unravel this mystery, let us begin our excavation journey starting from the Earth's surface. If we were to start digging from ground level, we would find that a depth of just 6 feet is typically sufficient for excavating a grave. Digging another 13 feet deeper, a total of 19 feet below the surface, would lead us to the mummy and treasures of King Tutankhamun, the ancient Egyptian monarch who lived over 3,000 years ago. In ancient times, most kings and rulers were buried at depths exceeding 6 feet, with their worldly treasures often interred alongside them inside their coffins. Archaeologists have uncovered evidence of this practice during excavations of royal tombs in Egypt. Digging another 20 feet deeper to a total depth of 39 feet would allow a metal detector to pick up a signal if any metal object were buried there. Descending even further to a depth of 40 feet, we would reach the maximum depth to which a Nile crocodile is capable of digging a burrow. This represents the deepest burrow ever excavated by any animal. Digging even deeper to a depth of 65 feet would bring us to the Paris catacombs. This vast network of tunnels is located beneath the city of Paris. Approximately 6 million bodies were interred within this tunnel. If you descend into this tunnel, you will encounter nothing but skeletal remains. Around the 1810s, an epidemic swept through France. Corpses began piling up in the cemeteries of Paris. Consequently, the government at the time decided to construct a tunnel 65 feet underground to serve as a burial site for the deceased, thereby preventing the spread of infection. The government has since restricted access to this location as it is occasionally the site of paranormal activity. Excavated to a depth of 170 feet, the world's deepest swimming pool was constructed. Located in Dubai, this pool is named Deep Dive. Remarkably, this swimming pool holds approximately 150 million liters of water. Even deeper, at a depth of 328 feet, excavations have been conducted to bury nuclear waste. Descending further still, to a depth of 346 feet, one would reach the world's deepest metro station. This metro station was constructed in Kyiv, Ukraine. Built at such an extreme depth, the station requires the use of multiple elevators to reach its platforms. Descending 400 feet, we would reach the point where the deepest roots of a fig tree extend. This particular species of tree is found in South Africa. Venturing even deeper to a depth of 720 feet, one would encounter the riverbed of the world's deepest river. Located in Africa, this river is known as the Congo River. Yet humans have excavated even deeper than this. We are only just getting started. At a depth of 940 feet lies the world's deepest railway tunnel. This tunnel is known as Japan's Seikon Tunnel. It connects two of Japan's islands, Aomori and Hokkaido. This passage was constructed at a depth situated even below the ocean floor. However, situated 940 feet below that, at an even greater depth, lies the world's deepest road tunnel, located in Norway. In 2009, this record was surpassed. The Rogaland Ryfast Tunnel was constructed 18 feet even deeper than this tunnel, situated at a depth of 958 feet below the Earth's surface. Even if someone were to hide 1,000 feet deeper, beneath even that level, they could still be targeted by a nuclear attack. You are not safe from the assault of such a bomb, even at such extreme depths. The B-82 nuclear torpedo is a nuclear missile capable of destroying structures located as deep as 1,000 feet beneath the ground. Even deeper than that, at a depth of 1,286 feet, lies the site of the world's deepest hand-dug well. This well was excavated entirely by hand. Located outside the Woodingdean Hospital in England, it was constructed over a period of 4 years, beginning in 1862, to provide water for the patients. If one descends even further, to a depth of 2,380 feet, one arrives at a rather daunting place. At 2,380 feet down lies the world's deepest cave, the Vrtglavica Cave. This cave is situated in Slovenia. If someone were unfortunately to fall into this cave, the drop would be the equivalent of jumping from the World Trade Center in New York City down to the ground below. It would take approximately 13 seconds to reach the bottom of the cave. In other words, a phone call would ring out and turn into a missed call before you even reached the bottom of the cave. Additionally, 2,300 feet below that, living multicellular organisms have been discovered. This strangely shaped insect resides at a depth of 11,811 feet. However, humans have set records for descending even deeper than that. Further down still, at a depth of 13,120 feet, lies the world's deepest gold mine. This gold mine is located in Africa, and it takes workers nearly an hour to reach its bottom. At the bottom of this mine, temperatures can soar to approximately 66 degrees Celsius. Regarding the potential depths of the ocean, as I have mentioned previously, the deeper you descend into the sea, the greater the water pressure becomes. Similarly, the deeper you excavate into the earth, the higher the temperature rises. Descending a further 8,848 meters would take you to a depth equivalent to the height of Mount Everest. Dropping even lower to a depth of 10,994 meters would bring you to the deepest point of the ocean, the Mariana Trench. This location is also known as the Challenger Deep. Descending even further would reach a depth of 38,000 feet, a depth precisely equal to the cruising altitude of commercial airplanes. Yet, humans have managed to excavate even deeper than that. At a depth of 4,230 feet lies the deepest hole ever dug by humans, known as the Kola Superdeep borehole. During the Cold War, the United States and Russia engaged in a competition to see who could drill the deepest into the earth. Russia set a world record with this project, drilling down to a depth of 12,260 meters. However, after 9 years of drilling, they reached a point where the temperature soared to nearly 180 degrees Celsius. Consequently, the drilling equipment became so intensely hot that further drilling became impossible. As a result, the project had to be abandoned. Yet, in 2008, an oil company in Qatar broke even this record. By excavating a hole 40,318 feet deep, they shattered every existing global record. To this day, it remains the deepest artificial hole ever created by humans. To visualize the depth of this hole, imagine stacking 15 Burj Khalifa buildings on top of one another. The center of our Earth lies approximately 6,371 kilometers beneath the surface. However, humans have managed to penetrate a mere 12 kilometers deep. Just imagine if the distance from Dubai to South Korea were equivalent to the 6,371 kilometer distance to the Earth's core. We have managed to excavate only this far. Do you believe that in the future, advanced technologies will be developed that enable humanity to unveil the mysteries lying deep within the Earth? Please share your valuable thoughts in the comments section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. For now, I bid you farewell. I look forward to seeing you again in the next episode.